It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Chargers and the Raiders. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 23.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gaughan alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Chargers coming into play. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where he can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago. 7 catches, 88 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it. 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage of what's going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up second down. On play action, here's Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
So excellent starting field position here for the Chargers. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On play action, now Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone for the Chargers touchdown. Brandon Jordan, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That's some good, hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Dameon Pierce. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. From the 27, Rodgers gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. More from L.A. in a moment. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. York able to send this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 17-7 is our score. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. Gets by him at the 25. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on second down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Tua. That's out to Hill, right side complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Dallas. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
York able to send this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom, over the crossbar.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then tonight and see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. 1st down, they go right back to Pierce to the 27-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 27.
Tua finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Now Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Raiders have got him.
DJ Waddle.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well suited to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing on 2nd and 3.
Tua.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure up top. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Play action, now it's 2. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
He's going deep for Brown. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the 2nd half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought the 1st half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw is taken in by Waddle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Harris running straight ahead. He'll take this to the 46.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Harris. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. But Josh McDaniels, he had his mind made up on that one. He disagrees. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Chargers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in for 4 yards out. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 3 yards on that lap. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they picked up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Pierce will try to pick it up, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
There's Rodgers to throw. Being chased out left. Catch made here by Campbell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave it with a second and just a few inches left. On 2nd and inches, Rodgers. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Rodgers now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Rodgers again now. Eluding the pressure right. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Raiders offense ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. To throw again on second down. Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Raiders on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And, partners, we know to be successful in this league, number 1, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number 2,
fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
And they've got the Chargers getting set to go. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Rodgers throw complete there to Johnson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
On play action, now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jordan. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a 1st down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On play action, Rodgers. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Waddle, 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. He's got them now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know Just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Tua's throw complete there to Beckham. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps. And
and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And they're going to move it down the inside the 25. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Jordan with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point. Is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A dump off now to Hill. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Tua to throw again. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's going to try and go deep again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. DJ Waddle able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again, so another loss in the cards as they... He's got a man complete! It's a big play there for Vegas, and even 50 yards. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Tua now on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
He'll pick up the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ready? Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 18. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
And this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Chargers, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year.
She-Rag got me. She-Rag got me. She right got me.